After so much planning and anticipation, Big Ed and Liz had their engagement party, but then, you guys, everything came crashing down around them when instead of celebrating their love, they actually broke up, and you'll never believe some of the crazy stuff that allegedly happened behind the scenes. So you guys, one of the most recent episodes of Happily Ever After featured the long-awaited engagement party of Big Ed and Liz, and after they'd been on and off for ages, the two finally seemed to have figured things out, I guess, and this party was supposed to be them announcing their love to the world, but that's not what actually ended up happening at all, and I can't say that I was, at all surprised. I mean, these two have been having issues basically every single episode, and Ed even admitted that Liz could be a pain and super controlling, and while Liz practically said the same thing about him, and even admitted that she wasn't sure she could see a future with him, so I didn't really think that this party would go over super well, but I also really didn't expect them to break up, and what happened between them was actually insane. So basically, Ed explained that he saw one of Liz's friends grab her arm, and that apparently an exchange between them happened that he thought meant that Liz must have been intimate or maybe even in a relationship with her friend, and Liz's friend was a woman and also a lesbian, and so basically Ed accused Liz of being in a secret lesbian relationship with her friend, and that's just so completely insane. It really feels like it came out of nowhere too, and the craziest part was that he then confronted Liz about it, and she obviously just stormed away, which I kind of can't blame her for, since Ed basically accused Liz of cheating on him with one of her friends. And Liz obviously denied the whole thing, and she said she wasn't cheating on Ed, and that he knew about all her past relationships, and she also added that she wasn't into women and had only ever dated men in the past, but despite her claims, Ed didn't believe her, and he just got it, in his head that she was with this other woman, and he started insisting that he was going to find out the truth, and that's when the breakup happened, because Ed then said that until he knew everything about Liz, he couldn't marry her, and then he told her to leave the ring and pack her stuff and move out. And then he said that she wasn't ready to get married, and I honestly feel like he was just projecting here, because he's the one that keeps breaking up with her all the time, and this was just such a ridiculous reason. I mean, Liz told Ed that, he was just jealous over someone who was attracted to her, and then she also threw, her $13,000 ring into a bush, to which Ed told her that she should have at least sold it, but she said that she didn't even need the money, and honestly, the whole thing was extremely bizarre. But it gets even weirder, because after the episode aired, the alleged partner of Liz's lesbian friend went on Reddit, and the story they shared was actually insane, because this person claimed that the way this whole thing was portrayed on TV wasn't accurate at all. So according to the post, what happened was that the Reddit user and Liz's friend were getting ready to leave, and the friend was allegedly hugging Liz goodbye when she noticed that Liz looked like she was going to cry, and so she asked Liz if she was okay and if she needed to talk, and that's when she put her hand on Liz's arm, and this was supposedly when the Reddit user walked up to them and made an inside joke that they all had within their friend group, and for some reason, this was apparently when Liz lost it, and she started yelling at the two of them and wouldn't stop even after she was told that it was supposed to be a joke, and then Liz allegedly decided to kick them out, but they were already leaving anyway, so they didn't even really care. But things obviously didn't end there, because this was when Ed got involved in this whole thing, and allegedly Ed and Liz kept calling Liz's friend all night, and Ed was supposedly even harassing her and trying to accuse her and Liz of having a relationship, and Liz's friend allegedly told him that she wasn't there to be used for whatever plot or narrative Ed thought, was here, and that was basically that. And according to the Reddit user, the whole thing was exhausting. And especially because Liz's friend was apparently never attracted to Liz in the first place, and I obviously don't know if this story is actually true and if this is what really happened, because the post was since deleted, and really, I mean, anyone could have written it, but it's definitely interesting, and I don't think it sounds like a clear lie, and I could for sure see something like this happening, and even though it is just speculation, I think it's kind of crazy to think about the implications of it. I mean, If this is true, then that makes Ed come across even worse. And not only did he accuse Liz of cheating on him, but he also accused Liz's friend of cheating on her partner. And plus, if this is true, then Liz was arguing with both of her friend and the friend's partner, who was there almost the entire time, which again makes the conclusion that Ed jumped to even more insane. And again, this is all just speculation because there's no way to confirm if this post was legit, but I don't know. I feel like it could be true. I mean, one thing that I find interesting about all of this is that I think I know where all this is coming from, when it comes to Ed. And when I first saw what happened, I thought that Ed was just being ridiculous, which I still mostly think, but I also feel like I know why he went there. Because before Ed started dating Liz, he was on the show with Rose, and we all know how that relationship turned out. But there's actually, one thing about Rose that might have influenced Ed massively here, and that's that after they broke up, Rose actually started dating another woman. And this obviously doesn't mean that all women are into other women, or that Liz herself is, but maybe Ed just found Rose's coming out so shocking that he's now paranoid about it. I still think that, overall it's pretty crazy and wrong, and him accusing Liz still came out of nowhere. But at least it's, puts things into some kind of perspective, I guess. But on the show, it really looks like Liz and Ed might be over, but I don't think that's actually true, believe it or not, because from their social media, it looks like they might actually still be together. And despite their massive argument and Ed's insistence that they weren't going to get married, it seems like things somehow improved between them yet again, because they've been posting a lot of content with each other. I mean, they went to Palm Springs in September, and there were even rumors that they had gotten married. But the weirdest part of this was that Liz actually just posted a video from the engagement party, and it was extremely bizarre because the video made it seem like it was a super happy occasion. I mean, Liz wrote that she didn't want to ever forget those happy moments and that she was so blessed to share those moments. And, she then mentioned that so many people showed up to celebrate them, and it almost felt like she was talking about a completely different engagement party from the one we'd seen. That one didn't look like a happy occasion, but there's no mention of any of that on Liz's social media, and honestly, this whole thing just makes me think that either all of that TV drama was fake, or maybe their whole relationship is fake, and this is all obviously just speculation, but personally, I've always thought that Liz didn't really love Ed, and their relationship is just so weird, and I don't know if I believe it. But what do you guys think? Did you watch these episodes, and do you think Ed and Liz are still together? Guys, let me know in the comments below.